one thing at a time. Hi, it is Sunday. Happy Sunday, everybody. I am at my mom's house. She will kill me if she knows that I went live in her kitchen because she's like really self-conscious about like it needs some updates. It's okay, guys. We're human. Not everybody has a perfect, amazing house. I do not. I don't even own a house. So I just want to come hang out. I don't know if my internet is gonna hold up, but I haven't been live for a while. Right now, I am, like I said, visiting my family in Indiana. My mom's not home. She's usually home, so I don't ever go live when she's home because I'm spending time with my mama. And my son is currently. Did you find some dirt under the table? My son is currently waiting for me to make him some lunch, and I'm cleaning the kitchen while my mom is gone so she can come home to a clean house. And I don't usually like to go live on like TikTok. We're cool. We'll hang out. I can do whatever I want. But with Facebook and YouTube, I don't usually like to be multitasking when I'm on a live because it's a little bit of a different. They're a little bit different of platforms, and this is recorded and stays on my TikTok unless I take it off. So, all right, you want chicken nuggets, right? Okay, I'm starting the oven right now. So, usually when I go live on these channels, I like to just hang out. But this is what we have today. Like I said, it's Sunday afternoon, morning for most people, I think, that follow me. But I just want to come hang out for a little bit because, one, you guys are going to help me with my body doubling. Helps me really work through the things I need to work through when I feel like someone is with me. And two, I wanted to come chat about some of the things that have been happening on my comment sections on Facebook because my birthday was last week. And I reposted my birthday video across several platforms because I wanted to continue to spread awareness of covert abuse. And that video, unfortunately and fortunately, is very powerful to show what covert abuse looks like. And the comment section right now on Facebook is absolutely crazy. And I have my friend Kat, who's been around. A lot of you know Kat if you've been around for a while. They are usually in my TikTok lives and just have been such a supportive friend to me. And I asked Kat to come on and kind of hang out with me in the comment sections for a little while because, like, there's like almost 5,000 comments on that video. And I'm a mom. I have a job. I'm visiting my family right now. I can't respond to every single comment on any social media ever, especially because I have multiple. I'm not trying to be like, I'm so famous. Not. But when things blow up, I want to be able to respond to people because people are being very vulnerable. That video is very vulnerable. It brings out the vulnerability in a lot of people. A lot of people share very vulnerable things. And so I was like, hey, Kat, can you help me just, acknowledge people? Because I would feel so bad. Like, again, it's impossible even with the two of us to catch and respond to all the comments. But I would feel really bad if 4,000 comments came in and I only responded to 3 of them. And then 4,000 people were like, obviously, if you comment on social media, you know that people can't respond to everything. But what happens is this video brings out so much, not just vulnerability in people, but anger. A lot of people get triggered. It's really unfortunate that happens, but a lot of people get triggered and they aren't aware that they're triggered. So the comment section can get pretty nasty. And yeah, I don't know. We don't have to specifically talk about that anymore. I was kind of waiting to see if many people from Facebook would come on and then we would talk about how I approach nasty comments in my comment section because I do sort of have a policy. I don't tend to block people. Pippi, you knocked that over, baby. Wow. I didn't know you liked milk. My son set his milk cup on the floor. Pippi drank it all. She cleaned it up, though. So, yeah, I don't tend to block or delete comments because I do want people to see how big this problem is. So, it's unfortunate, but the comment section can be used to educate as well because it goes to show just how many people don't understand coercive control, covert abuse, and things like that. And so, hi, Kat. I was waiting for you to pop in. And so, there are a lot of people who come in and they'll make a comment on the birthday video or any video, and it's they're not necessarily like, you can tell when someone's malicious and like victim shaming and they don't want to learn. And you can tell when someone's like, why did this happen? Why are you doing this? Or why didn't you do that? But then when you explain it to them, they're like, oh my gosh, I never thought about this. I've never been in that situation before. Thank you for sharing. Love that for people. And yeah, but there are a lot of people who are just committed to not understanding abuse. So those comment sections can get really nasty. And Kat is in here now on TikTok. Thank you, Kat, for being in the trenches with me the last couple of days. Like I said, I had asked Kat to come in and hang out, and I'm always just like, Kat, you gotta stop. Like, you gotta put your mental health first, because like I'm a seasoned veteran to like victim shaming comments, and some people will come out here and they'll talk about your looks. I don't have a lot of people criticize my looks, and it's not because I'm like a gorgeous human or anything, but it's usually like, I'm not saying that's why people don't. Surely, probably some people will criticize my looks. Maybe I just don't see it, but it's usually commenting towards other people. Like, someone will comment something in the comment section, and then someone will be like, you're ugly, or you got weird eyebrows, or you like whatever. And I'm like, why are we doing this? So Kat and I both pretty much have the same. Okay, give me 1 second. My son called me. Yeah, buddy. Oh, you're getting in there good, aren't you? You want me to tell me or show how to do this? Do you need to refresh your dish rag, buddy? Okay. You got it? All right. I'm just gonna. I'm making his lunch, and he pulled everything out of the little cabinet my mom has for like sort of like the little kid dishes and stuff that we use for snacks, and he just put them all on the floor because he's like, which cup do I want, which whatever. And I'm like, I don't really want to do that. So anyway, I admire you, how you travel everywhere with your kid. I wish I could do that, but I get no vacation time with my job, and I actually don't want to travel everywhere with my son. I don't have a balance in my life. I totally understand where you're coming from with that. I realize that I am coming from a place of privilege in my life right now. I don't know how long I'll be able to travel in the way that I'm doing. So I totally hear you. I think it's really important to travel with and without your kids, with and without your partner if you have one, with all of your kids, with just one of your kids. I think it's really important to be able to do all of those things. Unfortunately, we can't afford, especially in this economy, to meet all of those wants to do. And like you said, you need to find a balance in your life. For me, again, realizing that I'm currently coming from a place of privilege where I do have an income, and my living situation allows me to travel a little bit more easily than when I move out in a couple of months. At least I think so. But I just got to the point where, again, I'm just going to sound so privileged right now. I am a sign language interpreter. That's how I make my money. I don't make money on social media. It's a tiny bit from the podcast, and occasionally a tiny bit from Facebook, just for full transparency, because that is what I'm about. But I really don't, like, it's not anything that I could, write home about. And so again, yes, I make my own, hours. All clean, let me see. Thank you. Do you want me to redip it so you can clean some more, or are you done?
It's
all clean? Take a mat.
I'm gonna have 2 snacks, so I'm gonna have 2 mats.
Oh, perfect. Okay, take both mats and go ahead and set them up. And then I'll give you your, sorry, little boy comes first. And then you can come get your egg, okay? Don't usually go live when he's home. Occasionally I do. I did apologize. I'm not going to apologize for my son being here and interrupt you, because that is my life and mom. But anyway, I got to this point where after being married to, so I traveled a lot before I had my son, before I got married, I traveled a lot. I was always gone. I had a blog called Catch Me If You Can. And my family was always like, where the heck is Lindsay? I traveled internationally. I traveled alone. I never had money. I was always like on a credit card, and then really had to come home and pay it off. And I wouldn't buy souvenirs. And I was like being so careful with my money. I still try to be careful with my money, but then I got married to someone who didn't value travel, didn't want to spend money on travel. It's not his fault. I thought that he liked to travel because we would do like little trips together and stuff. And I was like, cool, this person likes to travel. He doesn't. He does not want to spend his money on travel. So I didn't travel very much. Once when we were married for like 4 years, I went to Spain by myself for a couple of weeks. I think I went for like 6 weeks or something. Maybe it was 3 weeks. I put it back on accident. Because you know why? Because Pippi was trying to drink the milk that was in that cup. And so I put all that stuff back so Pippi wouldn't lick all your bowls. Because then we have to wash them again, right? My mom's going to complain that I do her dishes because she thinks I don't do them like she does, and I'm doing my best. Anyway, so, and then I came out of that, I had my baby, so I wasn't trying. All right, we're in. You want milk in one, water in one, or what are you thinking?
Milk in one, water in one.
Vale.
Milk in the blue one, water in the pink one.
All right, can you go get me a fresh water bottle from where Gabby
And
keeps the
my
water
eggs
bottle?
in heel.
Do you want a whole entire egg?
I think I want 2 eggs.
He doesn't use these.
Like cartons of eggs.
You want both of those eggs?
I think I want like 2.
Here, start with this.
Okay.
Can you go get me a water bottle, buddy, please?
So big kept into it.
Yeah, take that to your table. So what I was saying was I got into that abusive relationship, COVID happened, and then I came out the other side like, look, I don't want to live like we've been told we have to live. Again, I'm going to stop saying it. I'm coming from a place of privilege. I know there are people who can't just do this. I was like, I'm not going to live like this anymore. And so I've sacrificed a lot of my income, which sometimes really sucks, to be able to... La botella de agua, ¿dónde está? Can you go get me the water bottle? I can't because the chicken nuggets aren't ready yet, okay? And so I just was like, I'm not going to live like this anymore. Okay, come. You remember where Gavin keeps the water bottles? Take that back right there and bring the water bottle. Yeah. So anyway, I understand. It's very difficult to find a balance when you're a parent, when finances are on the line. Like I'm not wealthy. A lot of people look at my content and think that I'm wealthy. Like I'm paying off that trip. I planned ahead. Which one did you want the water in? I planned ahead. I saved. I paid off my credit card, all that stuff. It's not cheap to travel, so now I'm catching up. But anyway, this is not to say that's what you have to do, but I completely the chicken nuggets are going to go in there, okay? Here. Bring that to your table. Thank you for that comment. Okay, people are just mean. Yes, they really are. And it's because they're hurting. And so that's something that's helped me a lot to be able to handle the comments that I get from people online. Like when you see someone and they come out just out the gates without any information and they come out and they're hateful and they're saying, victim shaming or, it's your fault, you should have picked better. It's a place of misinformation, or it's a place of, hatred for their own self or their own situation, or they're hurting, or, maybe they're an abusive person, or maybe they've been abused and they're hurting, but they didn't receive any help. They don't have the tools and knowledge to know that this is what they were going through and that they could actually use this content in a positive way. And so, yeah, I've come a long way from when I first started posting, because at first it really hurt. I don't have a balance in my life, and I live with a toxic family that I can't move from until I'm done in family court with my abusive ex, who I share a child with. I barely go out or date, and that's what I really want to do. Yeah, it's really, really difficult. I know a lot of people who are in that situation where I don't live where I want to live right now. I live with someone who I don't want to live with right now. It's not the worst situation. I've been in worse places. It's also not the best. And it's very hard, and it does hold you back in your healing. But I hope that you get to do family court and come out the other side sooner than later, and that I know it's very hard to heal and focus on your own healing when you can barely set boundaries because you're living with toxic people and they're constantly like setting you back. So aren't we all a little weird looking like as a species? Yeah, but I think that that's what makes it so cool. Like we don't all look the same. We all have different weird things that we're self-conscious of, or that's completely normal, even though society's made us feel like it's not normal to have X, Y, and Z. But yeah, if you really think about it, humans are kind of weird. We're not cute like puppies, except for babies. You're doing fine, no worries. Thank you. Hey, same. Thank you. You're welcome. All right, let me check on TikTok. You're an awesome mom. Don't apologize for putting him first. Yeah, that's definitely something that I'm still working on, but I've come a long way. I have had really good conversations recently with people who are still apologizing for their kids. They're still apologizing for their own like natural human things. And, it's a journey because like we've all been taught that kids are not supposed to be, they're just, I don't know, put them in a cage or something. Here you go, Lovey. Oh, this is looking so good. I like it covering your egg. Here. All right, here you go. Here's option number what? Here it is. Here's option number 1. You got your table. Okay. Next batch of dishes. My mom has a dishwasher and she has never used it. So we hand wash everything here, which can be hard because it's kind of a smaller kitchen and it's easy to get behind. Like if one of us makes a salad or something, it's just like, sorry, hear that? It's really happening. It's sheer chaos, but hopefully when she comes home, she'll be like, yay, I don't have to do with dishes. Okay, so side story. Last night, my mom and I went outside. Kat already knows this because I tweeted it. At like 12:30, my kid happened to wake up. He was thirsty. Gracias. Raisins? And here you go, buddy. Here you go. All right, buddy. Give me 1 second, okay? He happened to wake up and it was like the meteorite shower and whatnot. So I grabbed him and I went outside and I saw a huge meteorite. And I was like, whoa, you guys come out here. And grabbed him, grabbed my mom, put a blanket down. We laid down. All of a sudden, bats are flying over us. Like I heard one squeak and do like a dive bomb. And I was like, did you see that bat? My mom was like, yeah. So next thing you know, they were kind of diving low too. So we're laying on our backs on this blanket, like kicking our feet in our hands, but like still looking at the sky, trying to see a meteorite if we can see one. And then, yeah, we were out there for a little bit. We didn't see anything. And then all of a sudden, we smelled a skunk. And my dog got skunked. When I was still in high school, 2006, my boxer dog, she ran outside. My mom let her out in the middle of the night and she went running and she got sprayed right in the face with a skunk. Came back inside because the scent trails. We didn't know it, but our whole house was saturated with skunk smell. And so my mom and I were both like, up we go. We're like, we'll try again tomorrow because apparently tonight you might be able to see him too. But that was our late night meteorite experience. But I did come inside and I journaled about it, just really short because I want to remember that moment. If I don't take pictures, I'm very much a picture person. And if I don't take pictures of things, there's always a chance that my brain will delete it. I have dissociated most of my life away. So I journaled it. The comments blow my mind. People be nasty. Sorry, I was loading the washer and that's okay. You is a gorgeous human. Thanks, Kat. I'm still jelly minus the skunk, though. Oh, no. I say fuss in a loving way, of course. Oops. I gotta go back. I think we fuss at each other for apologizing about things we shouldn't more than we do anything. You're right. Boundaries, what are those? Nope. I used to be there too, but now I'm like the boundary queen. Thanks for what you do. Your Instagram content has helped me so much in my healing. You're welcome. Thank you so much for saying that, and I'm glad it's helped. How did you know you were in an abusive relationship and what made you leave? I did not use the word abusive until after I was gone. I forgot what I was going to do. You see that? ADHD. Even with the timer, I flipped the timer over, put the timer away, and forgot about the chicken nugs. That's how we roll. So I knew that it was a problem and I knew that it wasn't normal, but I was still thinking that it was my fault, which many of you will relate to. And I knew that I had to get out. I don't know if you can still hear me, but I always say that 2021 was my year of leaving, because from about February 2021, I was visiting my friend in Idaho, which sometimes I'm like, I'm surprised they let me go to Idaho. My mom's home, and I say that in the most loving way, but she's gonna be really upset if she sees, oh garage door, that I'm live in her house. So I'm gonna go. I'll try to come back later. I'm so sorry.